Hey, everybody, welcome to the pod. It is season 7, episode 7. It is the champagne episode. Is that what they call it, right? Champagne? Like if your birthday's on your 7th birthday's on the 7th day, they call that
Okay,
champagne.
what are we? Seventh season?
Season 7, 7th episode.
Okay, makes a lot more sense now. Yeah.
See my new addition to the studio? I got a little
Look at that.
on-air sign. Yeah.
Where's that go? In the door?
I have to just hold it. Anybody walks in, I'm on air.
Hey, I'm on air. I like that. That's sweet, buddy. Did you get that at an auction? Where'd you get that?
No, it was a gift. Gift
No
from the
shit.
fam. Yeah, so we're all good.
Nice.
We're all good.
That's
Thanks for joining in here tonight. We had a week off last week. Why do we have a week off last? Oh, wait, kid had a hockey game, so that's why.
Children.
Yeah, kids ruin it. So, back here
Did they
tonight,
win?
season 7. Yeah, apparently they've only lost one game this year.
Come on.
I was talking to the dads last night, and they were
Okay.
surprised that I didn't know that. I was like, ooh.
You haven't been keeping score?
Nah,
Keeping track? What the heck? Where's the standings?
clueless.
We should start posting standings. What the hell?
Oh yeah, what's going on in the
Stats?
Bantam Loop
Oh,
for the
huge
kids?
bantam loop.
Bantam Loop. Welcome to the podcast. It is season 7, episode 7. James Cybulski is going to be our guest here. I'm looking forward to talking to this guy. I get a little street cred with my kid because he's inside playing NHL right now.
Yeah,
And
that's
Cybulski's
cool,
the
man.
play-by-play guy for that. So
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that works.
yeah, there's a lot going on there. So we're going to find out more about that. Let's get rolling here with what you drinking, bud. And why don't I just start because it's another
All right,
game
buddy.
night tonight. So I'm going to have
These
one
Tuesday
beer.
game nights are killing the 3BeerPod.
Guys, you don't know what I got going on. Come on. So
Everybody.
since we have Cybulski, sports dude, I thought I'd go with a little left field brewery, the
Nice.
O'Neill Stout. So a stout night for me, and we're just gonna kick that off here tonight with a O'Neill Stout from left field. All right, Timmer, what do you got tonight? What are you drinking? What you drinking, bud?
Found this one. Forgot it came back out. Was really excited to see it. It's the Burst from Great Lakes. This came out last year at this time. It's delicious. So I have that one, and then I went with two old favorites. Well, one's an old favorite for sure, Cloudy. We've got the Lug
Yes.
Tread here,
Love me
and
some lug.
I got a steam whistle. This is the pale ale, not the original Pilsner.
Oh.
Big news out of steam whistle and Lug Tread this week. So that's what made me jump on board with those two guys. Kind of the OGs in my craft beer drinking world, and big news coming from those guys. So I'm going to dive into a Lug Tread today. I think I got it. Oh, look at that. I even got a Bose glass today, buddy.
Oh,
I'm
there you go.
excited.
So we'll hear more about that coming out in Beer Buzz. Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, yeah. I know it's not
Oh,
breaking news, but we can talk about it for sure.
No. Yeah, we'll do that in the Beer Buzz coming up. We should say thank you to our sponsors because I know week after week we kind of forget to get these in, but we need to get these in.
I was just
'Cause
trying
they
to
pay
pull
so
my beer
much.
Here, buddy. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, buddy. We got to make sure we give them the airtime that they deserve. Chris McLeod over at Realty House. Again, as per usual, Chris McLeod crushing home sales this week. Couple closing, Cloudy?
I did, yeah. A couple closed last. Well, not
Yeah.
closed yet.
Working
yeah,
on
yeah.
deals are almost done. I don't really know how real estate works, but the deals are flowing. This market's getting hotter. Weather's starting to warm up. If you're looking to buy or sell, Chris McLeod over at Realty House is your man. Give him a shout. Numbers on the screen.
I had an agent last week say, yeah, ABC, eh? And I was like, yeah, ABC. I was like, what does that mean? Always be closing. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Always be closing.
Yes. Wasn't that like first lesson in the real estate?
Yeah,
licensing?
but I was stumped. I thought we were doing like Alphabet. I was like, yeah, ABC.
Yeah,
Get that done.
for sure.
Yeah, always be closing.
If you're looking to get healthier, Shauna over at the Health House, healthhouseck.com. Give her a shout. Lots of online classes, lots of online options, personal training, some yoga, some other things that I hear that are loud and yelling at people.
You hear it from the studio, eh?
I hear it from the studio. It's good stuff. So if you're looking to jump on board, working on that beach pod like Cloudy and I are, more Cloudy than I am, but give Shauna a call over at the Health House. Check her out at the healthhouseck.com and our old friends at the Pakistan Super League. Tough times right now in the Pakistan Super League, Cloudy. Maybe we'll get to that in the Beer Buzz. Yeah, not good. Not good.
Does that mean you have to look it up or?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Sure
All
is.
right.
Breaking
Well, hey,
news.
We
Breaking
always
news.
appreciate what's going on at the PSL. Before we get to James here today with James Cybulski, our guest on season 7, big news: 3,000 podcast downloads for the 3Beer Pod.
Come on.
Yeah, 3 grand. Cheers to that, Timmer.
Per week.
Boom. Yeah.
For sure.
That's a big number.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Considering I would think that a lot of people watch the video version, right? The numbers for the video version are stronger than the audio version.
100%.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want to see our face, man. Sometimes, like, it's not the voice all the time. They want to see our faces and stuff. That's what I'm thinking.
This is what we need you to do. We need to make sure that you you like and follow on our social media, and then download it on wherever you get your podcast. Just click connect, subscribe, and then just downloads every time. That's good, because
100%.
that's what we use when we talk to people. We're like, yeah, we have 3,000 downloads, and they're like, oh, no way. We're like, yeah, this year. So if you want to get it. But that's the kind of thing we need. If you would like to support the pod, that's the best way to do that. You can like or subscribe and do it that way.
Hey, Cloudy, I just looked up Pakistan Super League latest scores.
Lahore,
the Lahore Kalandars, our favorite team, obviously.
Yeah,
they beat the Multan Sultans last Sunday. Yeah, big win. Big win. 2-game winning streak actually for Lahore. They won by 42 runs.
Buddy,
that's a good one. And the day before they beat the Islamabad United by 6.
No way.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's they're in playoffs too, which I missed the whole season. How do they get to the playoffs?
They're different. They start playoffs and then they go to regular.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot that's how it worked.
Hey, let's jump. Well, we're waiting for James. James is sent a message. He's supposed to join us. We'll see if we can get him on here. James Cybulski going to be our guest, supposedly be our guest, scheduled guest for season 7, episode 7. I think we should talk about something that's going on in the world right now. An evil man that is disliked by so many people, and he's pissed off a lot of people. He's just he's a dictator is what he is. Okay. I'm saying Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball.
Oh,
this guy's a D-bag. What a D-bag.
Are we going to delay the season? Was that coming up?
It's
today?
Official. It's official now. So
opening day's not happening.
Opening day has been canceled. Major League Baseball opening day scheduled for March 31st is air done.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So are we already looking at like shortening the season and stuff?
Well, that's what they said. They said if they didn't get a deal today, and I'm not going to say I know all the details, but like they're far apart. Like millions of dollars, years apart on other things. So the players and the owners are like two different sides. But they also dicked around for 2 months and didn't talk.
Right. I hate that.
Screw off. I
hate that.
Come on. This is the time of the year.
What's the sticking point right now? Do you know?
There was a sticking point was like luxury tax was one of them.
Right.
Minimum payment, a lot to do with the minor league players too. So I guess there's some stuff in there that's good right now for some of the guys. Like, not everybody's an all-star. Not everybody's making.
Right. Not everyone's making the big bank.
Yeah. So some of that money is decent, but it's the other stuff in there. And they're millions. They're not like, 1 or 2 million. They're like $20-30 million apart. And that's just, yeah. So like, come on. March, when the calendar flips to March, I am so primed for baseball. Like I am so geeked. And then to hear this news this afternoon,
spring training games bring hope this time of year, right? Because we're like, it's a nice day, it's a crappy day, it snows, it rains, it's sunny, and you always see the spring training games. You're like, oh, there's hope.
Gives you life
here. It's coming. You see it. You're like, oh, sweet. Even though it's like split squad or dudes you never even knew were in the team, you're like, look at those guys. They're out playing. Summer's coming.
The guy will be back being a mall cop by the end of the week, but he's starting in center field and leading off.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. You see those stories of just that, like some dude that's getting, what was his, Champ Summers. Champ Summers. Those are the stories you get right there, buddy. Champ Summers.
There he is.
Who's the next Champ Summers? We might not find out.
I don't know.
Because they can't get this friggin' season going on time.
That's crushing.
That's not good, dude. That's disappointing.
Rob Manfred. Hey, you're a dick. No.
That got me.
Seriously. Yeah.
And Putin is too. Just throwing that in there. Just
Well, that's what I was going to lead into here. So we don't have to get all political, but Putin is a dick. Like I'll put Putin Manfred down here. Like
okay.
I think they're both dicks, but like this whole Ukraine thing is obviously wild and disgusting. Listen to this quote. I was reading here about half an hour ago. If Russia stops fighting, war is over. If Ukraine stops fighting, there's no Ukraine.
Oof.
Boom. Mind
That's
blown,
harsh, dude.
Makes you stop and think. Isn't it wild? You see some of these videos of 45-year-old guys like us or 60-year-old guys who are like driving their family to Poland, and then they turn around, they're like, peace, I gotta go fight. And they're like, I'm gonna
just
do
getting
this
back in. Yeah, crazy times.
Like,
didn't think this would happen, man. You see this stuff, it comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, why is this happening?
And you see stuff like that, and I'm like on the couch yelling, somebody bring me a Gatorade. I'm like, there's two, like we're on the same planet. And here I am yelling, grab me a Gatorade. Yeah. And I'm sitting on my ass, and this guy's like, hey, kids, I might never see you again. I gotta go fight for our country. So
oh man.
Peace.
This things got deep here today. We went from Pakistan Super League, Lahore Flanders winning by 42 to Russian world.
But it's serious, man.
It's terrible.
Well, like, look at these dumbasses in Ottawa sitting in a hot tub with bouncy castles, and they're like, we're fighting. Yeah. And I'm like, F you. Like, come on. Here, I gotta play this. I gotta play this video. So this Ukraine dude, like, they're just badasses, right? Like, they're like, obviously they don't want to be in war, but they're like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. Look at this dude here carrying a mine. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I did see this.
Watch this guy. He's carrying a mine.
Obviously, the second best part about this video is that he is like, if I'm gonna blow up carrying this mine, I'm having a dart. He's like, hold my beer. I'm having this dart. It's also like the windiest day ever too. So I don't know what that heater is. Just he's probably got a heater on it like this as it's going. It's dangling over the landmine, he's like, I got this. I saw that yesterday. I was like, is this for real? And then it's like, it's got to be for real. And I'm sold that it was for real. But yeah, let's pick up. I'm going to grab this landmine, just move it over here. We'll throw it in the ditch over here. Yeah. Can't even.
Putin. My dart. He's got a dart.
I can't even imagine just firing up a dart and be like, all right, let's go. I'm going to get this landmine.
Can you imagine? Tim, hop out, grab that landmine.
Yeah. I would probably start smoking if that was what I had to do right there. Like, wait a second, I'm going to take up smoking right now because that's what I need.
You just pull a pack of darts out of your sleeve of your shirt.
Never smoked before, but I'm going to start now. And I'm going to move this landmine.
That's
crazy
funny.
Times.
I don't have a video of this one, but as we're waiting for James, I got a message from him. He's running a little late. If we can make it work tonight, we'll make it work. So in the beer buzz tonight, Ukrainian brewery ditches beer for Molotov cocktails in the war against Russia. So just to continue this string is that they're like, okay, well, hey, if you effers are going to come after us, we're ready. We're going to start making Molotov cocktails. So one of the breweries in the Ukraine, whatever it's called, whatever the brewery is. So they just said, okay, we're not making beer anymore, but you're going to use the bottles, and they're making Molotov cocktails. And they've got a guy, speaking of darts, like he's got a whole rack of beer bottles full and ready to he's got roll. A dart, and he's like, he's going to stack the Molotov cocktails.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's what I think about breweries. You know, when the pandemic hit, and breweries and distilleries kind of flipped the switch and they're like, we need hand sanitizer. Like, okay, we'll make hand sanitizers. We'll help out.
Yeah.
These guys are making Molotov cocktails. That's insane.
Pivots.
Like, we thought our breweries were something when they're like, okay, we're going to stop making beer. We're going to add this. We're going to make some hand sanitizers. Let's go, guys. We're going to help beat this pandemic. We're going to make Molotov cocktails, guys. We're going to throw them in tanks.
Cool.
All right.
The guy is making Molotov, and you would know better than I. Styrofoam's involved in there somehow, right?
To be honest with you, I've never made a Molotov cocktail. I want full disclosure on that. I'd let you guys know that.
Let's throw this out there.
At no point in time was I making Molotov cocktails. Well,
yeah.
You can tell me anything's in it.
Just making his Molotov cocktails. Just whipping them up.
Wow.
Whipping them up. Yeah.
That's
wild. Yeah. Putin, you're a dick. So
crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I got there. Beer Buzz. I also had past guests on the pod. The guys from Refined Fool have a new IPA fun box out. We've got the fun box a couple times, haven't we?
Oh yeah, we've had the fun box. Love the fun box.
Yeah.
Does it say what's in the new fun box?
It does. The 4th edition of the IPA fun box includes
the lineup.
Single Friend Cold IPA. Have we had that?
Friend.
Have we had a single
never
friend?
had that. No.
So. The Party Sharks Foggy IPA.
These are new. This is even more exciting. We need a fun box. We need a road trip to. We know where we need to go. Sports.
Yes, the bar. Yeah,
the bar behind Refined Fool, attached to Refined Fool. We need to go there for a road trip and pick up the fun box. Tell me more about the fun box. What else is in it?
So those are two. So Single Friend Cold IPA, the Party Sharks Foggy IPA, the Castronaut Session Hazy IPA.
These are all new.
Do you recognize that one? I don't recognize that one. And then you're going to know these ones. So the Van Full of Weirdos, the Juicy IPA, delicious. And then, what is it? Lost Avocado. What is that one?
Yeah, Zane's Avocado Bag.
Lost's Avocado Bag, the Brute IPA. And then the Illiterate Librarians. Is that a new one too? Okay.
I've never had that one.
Illiterate Librarians Grapefruit IPA.
Never had it, but we need a road trip, Cloudy. This sounds like a fun box. Is this going to LCBO or?
Yeah. See, look at you leading me right into this. So yeah,
we planned this, eh?
Released today, the first day of March, and available at both Refined Food retail locations, the online store, and select LCBO locations. So the fun box. That sounds delicious. I like the sounds of all those ones in there.
Love the fun box, dude.
Yeah. Sign me up.
All right.
Sign me up. All right. I think we might have a bump on the schedule tonight with James Cybulski, but we'll double back on him if he doesn't join us here in the next little bit. You had something else there. Let's get into the beer buzz. You had
big news. Big news. And that's why I was drinking the Lug Tread and the Steam Whistle tonight. So big news. So I think it was like late last year, Steam Whistle and Bose were like, hey, we're going to work together and we're going to deliver stuff. And we didn't really kind of get what was going on. Like I didn't understand what was going on. Well, it turns out Steam Whistles bought Bose.
Shut up. I didn't see that.
They bought them out. Yeah, they bought them out. The deal was approved yesterday. Bose, 129 shareholders, which includes I think they have this employee sharing, share ownership plan, the ESOP, obviously, us in business, the ESOP, which they launched in 2016. So that's where those shares are coming from. They voted 99.99% in favor of the sale. I'm not really sure who the 0.1% guy was with his one share. So
the guy with the dart in the back of the room.
Yeah. So the owners of Bose are going to stay on in the board of directors, and the 3 owners from the original 3 from Steam Whistle are in the board of directors. But it sounds like they bought them out, which is crazy because. To be honest, I have no idea how business works. I'm full disclosure on that right now, Cloudy. I don't really get all this, how it works. Yep. I just know that it was 2 of my first favorite breweries. Like when I first started getting in to stop drinking junk beer and was like, you start drinking Lug Tread and you're like, oh man, this is pretty good. You got the 600 ml bottles. And Lug Tread was one of the first breweries that I actually visited in Van Cleek Hill on a trip to Ottawa. I went there. The guys were awesome.
You fell in love.
Barn that they converted, and they gave us a tour, and we hung out and had beer. I came home with a bunch of stuff, and then it was 12 years ago, I think. I went on the first Steam Whistle tour and learned how the beer process worked, and those guys were awesome. And we drank beer and tasted beer off the line and stuff, and I was like, man, these guys are awesome. So anytime I'm in Toronto, you sneak over to Steam Whistle and have a freshie there.
So Do you think this is a good thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how this works. You get afraid that like then they'll get bought out by the big guys.
Yeah.
And then it's not the same. Like Mill Street, when Mill Street got bought out, like Mill Street, they're doing new things. You're like, oh, Mill Street's pretty good. I don't mind it. And then they get bought out, and you're like, well, screw Mill Street. I don't want to ever say screw Bose because they sold out. But I guess if you really like the beer, you'd tell them that they sold out. You know, I don't know.
Steam Whistle. I knew Steam Whistle 15 years ago. There used to be a rat. When I told you my Hamilton stories when I lived in Hamilton. They used to come to Hamilton all the time, and anytime they'd stop by the studio, they'd bring beer every single time.
Nice.
6 o'clock in the morning, hey, we're driving by, and they drop beer off. Yeah. You know that case they had with the handle on it.
Yeah, the iconic green bottles.
Constantly, and then they used to reach out and they'd be like, hey, we need to come in because we need to promote that we're out of bottles because the green bottles.
Because they need the bottles back.
Yeah, right. So they would do a big blast like, hey, Ontario, we need your bottles back, and then they would. Like they were cool guys, and I was like, oh, it's kind of Steam Whistle was kind of a big deal, but they were very personal. Like you kind of got to know people.
Yeah, and they were good dudes. When I think I've gone on the brewery tour there like 3 or 4 times, and it's just I know what they're talking about, but I'm like, this is sweet still.
Yeah.
And then we drink beers with the guys afterwards. You're like, these guys are good dudes, even though it's like downtown Toronto, and sometimes like, oh, it's downtown Toronto.
Yep.
Steam Whistle was awesome, and going to their beer fest a couple times. It's awesome. So I hope that they stay awesome, right? Like I love the idea of being able to drink good beer at Steam Whistle. But I think that's always interesting. Whenever I went on the tour at Steam Whistle, they would always talk about we're only making this one beer and we make it really good. Mm-hmm. And then in the last couple of years, they started making other beer. And I was like,
yeah, what are you doing?
This is a little bit different story, but I get it. Everyone's adapting and changing. But I will tell you, if you get a chance to go to Steam Whistle, and you go right to the brewery and you have an unfiltered Steam Whistle Pilsner, like the original, but it's unfiltered. Oh, buddy. That's brought me back. That's brought me back twice when I was wicked hungover. The next day, go to Steam Whistle, ice cold, unfiltered.
It's a good
unfiltered Pilsner. Back on the wagon. Back on the wagon? Off the wagon? Back to drinking. Everything's good. When you get an whenever you get a freshie at Steam Whistle, you get that off any brewery though. If you get a freshie at any brewery, do it.
And this is the thing too, and not that like we've went from political talk, now we're getting into the business. This is a masterclass on business here with Chris and Tim on the 3BeerPod.
Things we're good at.
But like a lot of times, this is what we're getting to know. And when we talk to these breweries, a lot of times it's a couple buddies or a family that sunk a bunch of money into it. And they're doing it for the love of, or in memory of somebody, or because they're like, hey, we love beer, let's do this. I can see, some people might yell sellouts, but like, how much money have you put in? Like, especially breweries here in the last 2 years to do the struggle and not have people come through the door. So sometimes you see like, 99.9% of people are like, take our money. Let's move on. So
100%. And
support while you can, right?
The Steam Whistle story, 3 dudes got fired from Upper Canada Brewing. And if you look on the bottom of the glass bottles, it's 3FG, 3 fired guys is the code on the bottom of that, on the bottle. And that's how they started. They're like, okay, let's go start another brewery. And they came up with just making really good original Steam Whistle Pilsner. And it was dynamite. And it still is dynamite. It's just, it's not the one you reach for all the time now, but I hope they just keep making good beer. Obviously, love Bose too. And want them to just keep making good stuff.
The rest of the story.
And I never made it to Bose Oktoberfest, which is crushing me. So I hope that they continue with that tradition of having some awesome entertainment, homebrew competition. Like those guys did it right. Those the guys from Bose just started as homebrewers, man. Like homebrewers.
It could be you someday, Tim. I could have you as a guest on the 3BeerPod.
Hey, buddy, right here. Let's check this one out. Right here, Cloudy. Check out the color on that one. Oh, turn the label on that one. Check that out.
Is that one of your home brews?
Yeah, buddy. That's mine. Check out the hat on that. Look at that.
How come I come over and you never served me any of that?
I just poured this one here. Let me see. Oh, God, this is good.
I would love to spin that camera around once and see how many beers you have on the go.
That's good. On the go right now? Yeah. There's a couple. There's a bunch of, you got to just be like, what are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm on the one because I got a game tonight. I got to be another sober
decent.
dad.
This is decent. This
right.
is.
What are you calling that guy?
This is called Pantsless Lumberjack.
Okay. Might have a guess. No free plugs. We might get you on the pod at some point.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Tim, this is episode 7, but we started this a couple weeks ago. Let's bring it back.
Oh yeah.
Generally speaking, this is where we recap and give the synopsis of the Dukes of Hazzard, which today, by the way, is Daisy Duke's 68th birthday.
68.
Catherine Box.
Daisy Box. Those shorts are old now, eh?
Could you imagine? Could
Wow.
you imagine? All right. Well, before we get into the synopsis, Tim, I have got the intro that ran on the very first episode. Okay.
Come on.
So January 26, 1979, the very first episode of the Dukes of Hazzard aired, and I think it was on CBS. But this is how it kicked off. This is how it kicked off.
I'm gonna nail Bo and Luke Duke. Nail 'em.
Oh, crazy gooder talking, turkey coming right down my alley.
I'm having a picnic. Which way to the beach?
I want those slot machines.
Now we got him! We got him!
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
I wish those Duke boys were on my side.
Happy
I
birthday,
bet you
Dave.
do.
Oh, Cletus. Oh, that's Enos. My bad.
Yeah,
They got married.
that's right.
Don't stand there, go get her.
Oh, let's get a good jump here.
No!
Oh. Just once, eh, buddy? Do you want to just jump a car like that?
Yeah.
How many
that's it
times
right
you
there.
see the downtown bridge in Chatham and you're like,
Oh,
I can
fella.
jump it.
all right. Here's your synopsis. Generally speaking,
There
season
we
1,
go.
episode 1 of the Dukes of Hazzard. Going back
Season
to
1,
19.
episode 1.
This
Oh,
is
buddy.
it. We're going to start at the beginning, bud. The Duke family lives in Hazzard County, Georgia. The patriarch is Jesse Duke, a farmer and former moonshiner who's very wise and probably the most trusted person in 6 counties. His nephews, Bo and Luke, and his niece Daisy live on the Duke farm with him. Jesse raised Bo, Luke, and Daisy after their parents died in an auto accident.
What? I didn't remember that.
There we go. See, this is what it's all about. The Duke family had been making moonshine for generations. A year ago, Bo and Luke got stopped on a moonshine run. Jesse swallowed a lifetime of pride and signed a treaty with the U.S. government to stop making moonshine if Bo and Luke could be released on 5 years probation. Since then, Jesse has kept his word and no longer runs moonshine. Even though Bo and Luke are on probation, that does not stop them from having their share of fun. They help Jesse run the Duke farm, and they have a souped-up orange Dodge Charger called the General Lee.
Oh, buddy.
Daisy works as a waitress at the Boar's Nest, the most popular bar restaurant in the county. The Boar's Nest is owned by the corrupt Hazzard County Commissioner, Boss Jefferson Davis, J.D. Hogg. Boss Hogg owns just about everything in Hazzard County, including the bumbling sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Ah.
Boss would do just about anything to make a dishonest dollar, but he does not condone violence.
He doesn't.
He doesn't like violence.
He's not enough on the violence part.
Boss is planning to have Roscoe receive a delivery of slot machines, and Roscoe is loyal enough to do whatever Boss tells him to do. After about 20 years as one of the best lawmen in the state, most of Roscoe's pension got defeated in the last bond election in Hazzard County,
What?
and as a result, Roscoe turned bitter and crooked.
That's how it all went down, eh?
Yeah,
This
see?
is so. I didn't know this when I was 5 years old.
Yeah. Now he's up for re-election against an even more corrupt opponent. When the slot machines fall into their hands, Bo and Luke form a plan to distribute the machines to civic clubs and organizations in the area and use their proceeds from the sales to help the local orphanage get renovated before the health department shuts it down. There you go.
That's amazing.
There you go.
That's a lot of background in one episode.
Now, well, it's a start, right? It's episode 1, season 1. Like they had to give you the background.
Can you just play just that guitar riff again?
Off
just
the top here?
Yeah.
Yeah. This right here. Down, down, down.
Love that, man.
Down, 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 down.
Love that.
Down, down,
I'm
down,
gonna
down, down,
nail
down,
Bo
down.
and Luke Duke.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love
yeah.
this, like the little recap that they do at the beginning, or the
Yeah.
the intro, and you just have that little guitar.
This might end up being a second podcast, generally speaking.
I like it, man.
I think we might have to just separate the two. We have the 3 Beer Pod. We talk about beer and cool people. And then we have the second pod, which is generally speaking. We talk Duke boys. I think we learned a lot. I didn't know the Dukes were on probation.
You didn't know they were on
that.
probation.
Well, I knew they had been in trouble with the law since the day they were born.
Yeah, they couldn't cross the border.
That's right. Yeah, state
They
line.
have to stop there. Yeah, like
The county
dude,
line, yeah.
The other sheriff would be sitting there waiting for him.
That's right.
He
Yeah,
was mean.
Should have put 2 and 2 together. Timmer, it looks like we're going to have a reschedule for Mr. Cybulski here tonight. He's got some stuff going on. He's got in his contract that he has to do 300 hours a year for EA Sports. So he has to provide them. Yeah. So there'll be different times to voice things. Like they have to get scared of it generally. They have to do updates of like, hey, that they've just added a couple new players, Chris and Tim. So he has to go, and he has got, and this is what we were going to talk to. He's got a bunch of things. He has got a studio set up in his home where he will just go sit in the studio and go, Tim passes to Chris down the way.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, how he does that. Does he just work every possible scenario out? How does this work?
So that
how does this work?
We'll connect with him. Unfortunately, it's not going to work.
I'm excited to hear about how he does that. I'm not going to lie. I hope we can hook up with him because I had some questions. I had some questions today, buddy.
We prepped, Tim. And when we prep, you don't want to throw it out the window, right? So
no, we'll have him back. I'll keep this piece of paper for another time.
Put it up there on the wall.
Put this on the filing cabinet.
I got nothing else, Timmer. What else do you have? Oh, you know what? I wanted to do a shout out to Dan O'Toole, who we have talked about in the pod, who we're both big fans of from Jay and Dan fame. His podcast, Boomsies, I'm digging. It's simple. It's simple. It's just a dude talking, but I get it. I like it.
Just a regular dude, man. And the kind of the story of where he was and where he's at now. Some tough times along the way. That I think it was episode 3 is when he outlined that stuff, man. Check it out.
Well, this is a thing too. If you watch it, you start picking up little things in his like lexicon, like his boomsies, or the other one. And I know I've done it once. Now. You're done. So now, when we're
stealing
talking,
his lines. Yeah.
When we're talking, we're like always dropping the "you're done."
Yeah.
No, it becomes a part of you. And it, what is it? 6 episodes in, 5 episodes
in,
whatever.
6 episodes in. Well, probably one drops tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we wish him luck on the run to 3,000 downloads. Hope he gets there.
You know what? though? He also does user mail, the listener mail. That's what we need to start doing. We need to have some. Maybe
listeners,
we need
and then mail.
We need some listeners, and then we need people to send us emails, and we'll read them. I like that. I like it. Reach
out on our social media. All right, Timmer. Let's cut her there. I gotta get a kid to hockey here tonight.
Yeah, good luck. I'm looking forward to updated standings next week, and I will update you on the Pakistan Super League playoffs.
The playoff run continues. We know you're on the edge of your seat. That's it for season 7, episode 7. Cheers, Timmer.
Thanks, Cloudy.